Good morning. This is Mike Abernathy from Buckeye State Credit Union, and let's talk about your credit. In the past few videos, we talked about how 35% of your credit score is derived from your repayment history, and we've talked about how 30% is derived from your capacity. So in this very short video, we're going to talk about how up to 15% of your credit is derived by the length of credit, specifically credit cards. So looking at the relationships you may have with your credit union or your bank, the longer the better. So if you've had that credit card for a long time, it's very important to keep that relationship moving. Adding a lot of new credit cards could then pull down your credit score temporarily, as not only is it a new inquiry or new trade line, which we'll talk about in the next video, but the average life on it is now at 0 years. So if you've got that 10-year-old credit card and all of a sudden you start adding 2 or 3 more credit cards to the mix that are brand new, it's going to pull that length of credit average down. So those are a few things to keep in mind. It's not a huge hit, but when you're trying to save every point you can, you want to make sure that you're getting every point possible. And so up to 15% of your credit score is derived by your length of credit. So the other part on this as well is maybe you've been using that card. Maybe something happened where you had to use a lot of money on that card. And perhaps you had to go out and make this big purchase, and suddenly you're in that situation like we talked about in the previous video about capacity, is you got to move that balance off the card into an installment loan. And you heard me reference, don't close the card, because if you close that card, and let's say it's a 10 or 15-year-old card, you have just lost that length of credit, and that's going to pull your average down for length of credit significantly. And even though you think you're doing the right thing by, let's just get rid of the card, you're actually damaging yourself. You lose the capacity, which is, like we said, up to 30% of your credit score, and you're going to get dinged on part of the 15% of length of credit because now it's off the books. So there's going to be some folks out there that say, close the card, get rid of it. Protect your credit. You're going to have discipline not to use it unless there's an emergency. But keeping that card there and having strong capacity and having length of credit to your advantage is going to help push your credit score up. With that, we're going to conclude the video today. Very short session. And again, this is Mike Abernathy from Buckeye State Credit Union. Thanks for watching.